Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So today I want to talk about something that is going to help a lot of you out if you can be consistent with it. You know, anxiety recovery is about momentum. It's about consistency, doing the things that you know that are good for your mental health, but doing it consistently. Stop doing things for a day or two, expecting it to change the whole game, right? We got to build new habits. We got to build a new lifestyle. And that's what this video is about. Stop waiting for anxiety to show up, to flare up, to worsen, to do the things that you know that work for you. And I know we're all different things work in different ways for different people. You know, I had my personal favorites, you got your personal favorites. For some people, maybe it's exercise and cold water, cold showers. For other people, maybe mindfulness really helps. For other people, it could be breathing techniques. So you know what works best for you. The problem is that you're going to these things only when you notice anxiety, when you start to first notice your symptoms. And I know some of you deal with at least some level of symptoms all throughout the day. I get that from the moment you wake up. This video, we're going to tailor this towards, in your situation, towards stop waiting for anxiety to get worse, right? You still have your peaks. So an example of this for me, I would wake up in the morning, and don't get me wrong, some mornings I would wake up and instantly I would have anxiety and my stomach would be churning and my chest would be tight. But I did have mornings where I'd wake up where things were relatively okay for a little bit. And I would make the mistake of laying in my bed, getting on my phone, getting on my laptop. I didn't have a smartphone at that time. This is back in the day. This is like 10 to 15 years ago. So I didn't have a smartphone back then. So I would have my laptop there. Maybe I'd Google some symptoms because I was a big Googler. But I'd get on Facebook and start scrolling, and you can find a lot of negativity online, so that didn't help. And I would sit there and think about my life, damn, another day of anxiety. Oh my God, I've had this for like 6 months now. And then it would turn into like me having it for like a year. Like, oh, I got to go to work today. Oh my God, I hope that I don't have symptoms on the way there, because I would have horrible driving anxiety. Man, I didn't get any sleep. And like on the days that I wouldn't have symptoms right upon awakening, I would just wait for them to show up. I'd just sit there and be like, when are they going to happen? I would self-sabotage. And a lot of you guys do that. I was very guilty of that. There could have been a lot more good days. I could have had a lot more of those types of days if I would have just gotten up and went into a routine. But I made the mistake. I would wait until anxiety would hit me or the symptoms would creep up to do some of the things that I knew that would help me with my mental health. Like, oh, I'm gonna wait till I have an anxiety attack and then I'm gonna go run. Guys, this is the importance of establishing a new way of living, a new lifestyle. You have anxiety for a reason. You can't go back to the way that you were living before. That's actually what led to this. And I know some of these things are out of our control, right? And traumas and things like that. We don't just all do it to ourselves. But we have to have a new way of living going forward. And it goes back to consistency and routine and structure. That has to be in place regardless of what your anxiety is doing, because we have to live a stress preventative life. We don't want stress to add up so much that we go back to this in the future once we recover or get better. We want to limit stress. So we need a lifestyle that's conductive for stress relief. So waking up in the morning and sitting around waiting for your symptoms to hit or waiting for them to get worse, to get out of bed, to go for that run or to go do some grounding or to do breathing or to do mindfulness or to go grab your journal or whatever. Guys, that's not working. You're not really showing your subconscious that you're serious about change. Therefore, it's going to hang around. You may be able to relieve it by getting up and going and do that. Because guys, some of you could have some really great days if you would get up quickly. Stop sitting in your own filth. This is what I call it. We're sitting in our own filth, sitting in our symptoms. We're feeling sorry for ourselves. We're not wanting to get out of bed. We're not wanting to do anything until we're like forced to, basically. And some of you aren't even going to do anything once the symptoms get started. That's a whole nother issue because you're frozen in fear. And I understand it's terrifying. But there's a lot of you that know that you can get out of your funk, but let's try not to get in the funk in the first place. I know some things are going to happen regardless. You're going to have a day where you get up and you do your routine and you're still going to have anxiety in the afternoon, but you're a lot less likely to deal with that if you get up in the morning and have that structure and have that routine in place that you need to have for the rest of your life. You don't have to make your entire day about keeping anxiety away. That's not how I want you to live. But you need a handful of things that you do each and every morning whenever you wake up to help prevent stress, or at least to lessen it. So get up very quickly, hydrate. Exercise should be one of the first things that you do in the morning, okay? If you didn't get a lot of sleep, I'm not telling you to go out there and crush your exercise, but at least go out for a walk or a light jog or something like that. I understand the hassles of not getting a lot of sleep and not having a lot of energy. Just make sure that you hydrate, get a little bit of a stretch in, at least go for a walk, get a light jog, break a sweat. For some of you that are getting more sleep and you want to take it to the next level, like I did, start aggressively working out, okay? Just try to get 15 to 30 minutes in. If you're not used to working out and you're not in good shape, build up. For some of you, exercise is going to be exposure because you have heart anxiety. So you're kind of getting exposure in the morning. After that, desensitize, get that cold shower in, okay? After that, have some mindfulness. Now, I know a lot of people will tell you, like, do meditation right whenever you wake up. And it is true that your conscious and subconscious is closest right after waking and right before going to sleep. But a lot of the people that watch me here have really bad anxiety from the get-go. I want you to get the nervous energy out with the exercise and desensitize with the cold water, right? The cold shower. That's a good grounding technique. The best grounding technique is ice cold water. Then, once that nervous energy is out of us, I think that we can settle into meditation, and do other forms of mindfulness, go into our affirmations. This is where you would break out your journal. Guys, if you do that right after waking up, that sets the tone for the rest of the day. I'm not promising you that it wipes out your anxiety. No, you're going to have still rough days. But it sets the tone and it shows your subconscious that, hey, we're serious about this. We're changing our life. This is the new version of us. And guys, you can do everything that I just told you in about 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how long your exercise is and all that good stuff, okay? Do that. Stop waiting for anxiety to come to you to do those things, right? Because a lot of you guys are not willing to change your life. You're only wanting to go to those things when things get rough. Well, your subconscious, you're not fooling it. It knows that you're not being serious, okay? So be consistent. Stop waiting for anxiety to come to you. If you made it this far in a video, go down below in the comments, and in all caps, I want you to put, I will stop waiting for anxiety. I will stop waiting for anxiety. Guys, if you want more help with your recovery, there are tons of resources down below. You're going to see my Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. If you are interested in a format where it's a step-by-step process on how I overcame my generalized anxiety disorder, health anxiety, and panic disorder, that course is for you. Once you click on that link, you can actually go through and see some testimonials. You can see the actual curriculum, what you're going to get with it, which is awesome, so you know what you're getting. And it's changing people's lives. I'm going to read you a review real quick. At first, anxiety was a nightmare to me. Now anxiety is an eye-opener. It took me a while to view it that way. The symptoms are the ones that suck, but I know I struggled for years with anxiety and depression. It took me having really bad symptoms to get diagnosed with anxiety and realize reality. After doing some homework and watching your videos, it all made more sense. I will change my perspective. Also, for anyone out there struggling with anxiety, please take advantage of Trey's Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. I purchased it at the beginning of him announcing it, and it really is one of the best investments I've made. We have the power of rewiring our way of thinking, and it will be that much easier with his program. But guys, go check that out. It's changing lives. I want you to be a part of that. It's for those of you that are ready to work and want that extra push to get to recovery, if recovery is your goal, all right? My coaching email is down below if you're interested in one-on-one calls. And also, guys, I have a link for online therapy down there if you're interested in therapy. Try that out. If you've never tried therapy, perfect opportunity. You can do it on the phone, the laptop, the PC. You don't even have to make plans to travel or go anywhere. You can do it right here. So check that out. Please, guys, give this video a like if you got some value and subscribe. And I'll be talking to you later on today. All right, bye.